I'm bored, so I feel like telling a story. Story time on how my mother almost killed me and I had to escape. Disclaimer, I like talking about these things out loud because they're really entertaining to me now and I really still can't believe that they happened. But yeah, I'm not here to bash my mom or to show her any hate. It's just, this is my story. So when me and my brother were younger, we were used to seeing my mother inebriated, and we didn't know the term was drunk. So we would just say, she's in her mode. I don't really remember how we came up with the term mode, but we would just say that she's in her mode. So when I say her mode, that is what I'm referring to. She was inebriated. So at the time, it was just me and my two younger sisters with my mom and my stepdad in the house at the time. My brother was at my grandmother's house with my cousins, so it was just us. Usually, my mother would start out like really, really happy when she was in her mode, like really, really like just wanting to be everywhere but sitting down. Like she just enjoyed being out, being social, having fun. But we always knew it was going to take a bad turn. For some reason, like when I was just chilling on the phone, my mom always like seen a problem with that. Like she just needed to know what I was doing on my phone and she would just come and bother me for whatever reason. I have no clue why. We're going to put a pin in that. We're going to go back. So I was having a conversation with my mother about the fact that I tried to shave my hoo-ha. And when I told her, yeah, I shaved, and I went to school and I was telling my best friend at the time about how I had a bump. And at the time, I didn't know about razor bumps because my mother literally never educated me on anything like that, on nothing like that. So I didn't know what it was. I was freaking out. At the time, I wasn't even engaged in any intercourse or anything like that. So I just didn't understand why there was a bump down there. So I told my mom about how there was a bump down there, and she told me like, yeah, it's just a razor bump, like you don't have anything to be worried about. And surprisingly, she reacted really, really well to the conversation because usually she didn't. Jump back into the story. I'm sitting on the couch and I can't really remember what I was doing, but I remember I was on my phone. My mother came in the living room. She asked me what I was doing. She asked me to see my phone. At that point, I caught her attitude because I'm just like, you're drunk. You're doing whatever you want to do. Why are you bothering me? So I can't really remember how it escalated to my stepfather coming down the stairs, but he came downstairs. Me and him started going back and forth. I really cannot remember the context of why we were going back and forth. We didn't get along at all, period. So as we're going back and forth, he says, yeah, and you out here being a little HOE, and he says, that's why you have bumps on your hoo-ha. So when he said that, I just looked at my mom and I'm like, are you serious? My feelings were so hurt and I was just so shocked. Like, I really cannot confide in you about anything. I can't tell you nothing. Like, you sat in my face and you told me it was a razor bump. So why are you painting this story to him as if I'm doing something that I'm not? Like, and why would he feel comfortable even saying that to me? Because at the time, I was only 15. So I just get up, I start crying, I'm mad, I'm like, I can't trust you. I try to go up the stairs. My mom is now pushing me over and over again, pushing me. And I'm just like, please stop putting your hands on me. Please stop putting your hands on me. I decided that I'm going to do this story in two parts because that was just the beginning on how it started. I'm going to tell you guys the nitty gritty in part two. So come back for part two. Part two on how my mother almost took me out the game and I had to run away to stop her. So at this point, she's pushing me. I finally navigate past her, go up the stairs to go into my room. But as I'm going up, like, as all of this is happening, she's running right behind me. So are my sisters, so is my stepdad. But we finally go in the room, and she's highly angry at this point because she's inebriated. So she's highly angry, and she pushes me on the ground. She puts her knee into my head like I'm one of the black boys getting attacked by the police outside. She's putting her knee on my head as hard as she possibly can, and I'm trying to stop her. I'm trying to tell her, like, get off me, get off me. I can't breathe, because I couldn't. And then finally, I, like, navigate from under her knee. So when I stand up, at this point, it's a power trip. So she just takes me, she throws me up against the wall. At this point, my shirt is ripped because she keeps grabbing on my shirt. So she throws me up against the wall. She has her arm on my neck. So she had her arm on my neck. I'm standing up against the wall. I'm still telling her, like, I can't breathe. Like, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. So, mind you, I'm looking past my mother, and I see my two younger sisters, and my youngest sister, not my youngest sister, but my second to youngest sister was crying. So at this point, I start crying even harder because I hate the fact that they're watching this. I'm crying. I'm telling her, at this point, I wanted to go. So I told my sister to go get a knife because I'm ready to take myself out. So then that's when my stepdad decides that he wants to go get it and brings it to my mom because my mom said, oh, you want to go? You want to go? All right, I'll take you out. Don't worry about it. I'll take you out. So at this point, I just start screaming because I'm like, I cannot win. I cannot win. So I start screaming, and at this point, she let me go. So when he gives her the knife, she tries to stab me with it, and I like move out the way so she doesn't hit me with it. And when I move out the way, I run into her room. I'm telling my sister, call the police, call the police, call the police, because she has the house phone in her hand. And my sister looking like she don't know whether to listen to me or she listen to my mom, because my mom is telling her, you better not, you better not. She takes the phone out of my sister's hand, she breaks it. I go in my mother's room, and when I go in my mother's room, because at this point, like, there are a bunch of Jack and Jill bathrooms upstairs. So, well, there's two. There's only two bathrooms. So I went in my mom's room. I'm trying to go to the bathroom so I can go back down the steps. But she catches up to me, of course, because she moves fast. So she catches up to me, and when she caught up to me, she slammed me back down on the floor. And at this point, she put me in a headlock. So when she put me in a headlock, I could not breathe to the point where there were flurries coming in my eyes, and I really thought I was going to die. Like, I really thought I was going to go. So as this is happening, my stepdad is literally sitting on the bed in front of us as this is happening, drinking a beer. Like this is sports. So then finally he's like, all right, Delene, because that's her middle name. He's like, all right, Delene, get off her. So he finally tries to get her off of me. And as soon as I'm able to really get into what's going on, I jump up, dart out, like literally ran straight down the steps, ran straight out the house. So at this point, we lived in Point Ridge. So it is like 12 midnight. I'm running through our neighborhood, and I get off of Buckhurst, running around to Cedarhurst. I'm running up the street. I see these people standing outside. So I'm like, please. Now, mind you, I'm barefoot. My shirt is completely torn apart. I think I pin curled my hair. My hair looks all kind of crazy because she was pulling my hair and everything. So my hair looks crazy. And I asked him, like, please let me use your phone. Please let me use your phone. I need to call my nana. Now, mind you, my feet are completely cut up, bruised up. Like, I'm running barefoot outside in the dark. Can't see anything that I'm stepping on. I know I stepped on glass a few different times, but my adrenaline was rushing so fast, I couldn't feel anything. I called my nana, and I said, Nana, your daughter is trying to off me. She's trying to get me. So I'm running up the street, and it is something inside of me that's like, this car behind you is following you. So I ran behind this bush, and when I ran behind the bush, I hear my mom in the car with these people. It's probably 4 other people in the car, and she's like, oh, I thought I seen her, and I didn't. So the car takes off, and at this point, I'm like running still. So I ran all the way out of Point Ridge. Now I'm on Flat Shoals, running down Flat Shoals as fast as I can because I'm determined to get to my nana's house. Now, mind you, my nana lives in Riverdale. Do you know how long I would have been fucking running? So my nana lives in Riverdale. I'm running, but then this car stops. And I'm walking at this point because I'm so out of breath. I can't keep running. So I'm walking, and then this car stops next to me. I see 3 people jump out. As they jump out, I take off running again. But the guy, he's much taller than me, much faster than me. He runs up to me and like bear hugs me from the back and picks me up off my feet. So he picks me up off my feet. He's like, these streets ain't for you. These streets ain't for you. I'm like, streets? I'm trying to get to my nana. I'm not trying to be in those streets. So he said, yeah, these streets ain't for you. I'm like, I'm literally trying to get to my grandmother's house. This lady just tried to kill me because, mind you, she's in the car with him. So they're all looking like, what? And my mom is literally in this car telling people she's off her medication. Don't listen to what she's saying. She's crazy. I'm like, I am an honor roll student. I literally never get in trouble at school. I do not take any medication. This lady just tried to kill me. You can ask my sister. You can ask everybody that's in this house. She literally just tried to kill me. They're all silent. Like they're mind you, they live like 3 houses down from us. So they just was doing my mom a favor. So when they hear that, they're like, I don't know what's going on. They finally get us back to the house, but on that scene, I forgot to say, I called the police off those people's phone too, and I told them, y'all need to go take that lady to jail. I get back to the house, my nana's already there, and the police are there, and I get out the car, and I just start screaming. I'm like, she just tried to kill me. She literally just tried to kill me. And my mom sat and told the police that I tried to attack her, and that I have a very, very nasty attitude, and I do not like to be reprimanded, and that's the way that that's why I was acting the way that I acted. Mind you, the police could smell the liquor all over her breath. The police could smell the liquor all over her breath. So what they told my mother was, you need to go in the house and you need to go to sleep. She's not coming back in this house tonight. Because mind you, my nana is sitting right there. So I go in the house. I go and I get my stuff for school the next day, because I still had to go to school the next day. My siblings all got our stuff. I can't really remember if my sisters came, but I know I ended up going to my nana's house. So to sum up the rest of the story, basically, my mom, I called CPS the next day, and I called the police again because I told them I want to live with my grandmother. I do not want to live with my mom anymore. Would y'all believe that CPS never came? They never came. They never came up to the school like they said they was going to. They never came to the house like they said they was going to. So I didn't have a choice but to go back home, because my nana tried to get me after school, but at that point she called my mom called my nana and basically told her like she was going to threaten to call the police and say that she kidnapped me. So I had to go back home. And when I went back home, that's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah, so that was a story on how my mother tried to take my life because she was inebriated and acting like she had no sense. So yeah.